Hey everyone, Sarah here today with my first layout using the Mercy Tiara October kit Gather. I actually had a blast making this one. I did not make you watch everything. Here it looks like I'm just starting, but I did a lot of fussy cutting before this portion. I went ahead and grabbed one of the Pink Fresh Studio frames and put a picture of my two girls in it and went ahead and trimmed it down. And let's see. That's the only frame I use. I just use it just for the girls. And I went through and I grabbed two different Pink Fresh Studio papers. I've actually used both of them, and that's what I fussy cut out of. But this one, I'm going to use this side and cut out the one that to me looks like a rainbow because it has the multiple lines. I'm going to go ahead and cut around that. And then I'm going to cut around the smaller two that are on the bottom right-hand side of that paper as well. I go ahead and do that one, set it aside, and then now I apologize for being off screen a bit with it. But I'm cutting out the two bottom bumps there to go ahead and use on the layout as well. Right here, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with them and really where I want them to be. I do go ahead and switch them up here and sit here and figure out. I'm pretty sure that's where I want my photo at this point, and I know that I want it to be higher than the other stuff. I know I'm going to be tucking a bunch of stuff behind it. So I went ahead and put my foam adhesive behind it. And here I am very loosely drawing around that around the edge of that and cutting it out so that there is a little bit of the blue showing from underneath the edge of the one that looks like a rainbow to me. And that way, when I put it on top of it, it'll have that blue edge around the outside. I'm also going to do the same thing with the other side. I'm going to go ahead and trace it on another piece, rough up the edges, and then go ahead and put the other one back on top of that as well. I've got to make sure to rough up all the edges though. Here I have to trim a little off because I did freehand doing it and did not do the greatest of jobs. But went ahead and put that back there. And I'm going to go ahead. I thought I wanted to change the background. I just wasn't feeling the cream color mixed with it. It was a little too yellow for me when it came to this layout. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together so that they don't move all over. And I can actually start doing things on my layout. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this as well and lay it back where I had it, make sure all the edges are roughed up. Or in this case, since I put this one on top of the other one that's already down, I flatten out where I did rough it up a little bit so that it lays a little flatter. Make sure to erase any paper or pencil lines that I had and go ahead and sit that back down. See, and this, I went ahead and sped this up quite a bit because I'm sitting here watching TV while I am doing this. And this is all the fussy cutting I had done previous, knowing, with the idea of what I wanted to do for this layout. And so I'm just sitting here tucking things in here and there while I'm watching my show. Believe it or not, this is sped up really fast. I kind of was into my show. So I keep laying things down, figuring out where I want them. I wanted a lot of floral. And there you see me taking a picture with my phone because now I have to adhere everything down. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. And apparently I got something else on my page. I don't remember what that was. But I'm going to adhere this one down. And I think, when I first start that I'm going to adhere the other set down flat as well. But I decide, see, I even put the adhesive on there and everything. But I decide that is not what I want. You saw me there thinking a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start peeling it off and put 3D foam back there. I want it up higher, which means I'll have to add some more dimension to the back of my photo as well. But I'm okay with that. It's just the way I wanted things to be able to tuck here and there and just have that little bit of dimension to the layout. So, I mean, it works in the end. But yeah, at this point, that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure that these are adhered down. I know that I'm not going to slide too much behind these, but behind my photo, I will. So I just go ahead and put these down so I can actually start putting all those florals back on this layout. And then when I do start putting the florals back on the layout, I will go ahead and speed it back up again. This is me figuring out that, hey, I need to add more adhesive so that it does stick up higher. So I went ahead and did that, grabbed my glue and my bowl of all those beautiful little fussy cut flowers. I'm going to adhere this first one. I'm not sure why I decided to do that, but I mean, it's fine because that's where it went in the first place. And then I thought I was going to start just gluing them down as I went, and I decided against it. I have my phone in front of me, and I start trying to tuck things here and there. I mean, right there, you saw me trying to zoom in a little bit, and then I'm finally just like, whatever, and I shut it off. I just start tucking them in here and there, trying to figure out what's going to work, what's not, now that I've added the adhesive and that I've added the foam. So I go ahead and continue playing with it, tucking everything all over the place. I'm pretty sure I add a lot more than what I did previously, and just like these little ones, they're not in the same place they were before. And like I said, I went ahead and shut my camera off, or my phone off, so I really didn't pay much attention to it. I just continue tucking and placing things here and there until I'm happy with the way it looks, and that's when I go ahead and start adhering everything down. I go all over the layout, all these little bitty pieces, little florals, the little bitty individual florals. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot for me to say. You can see everything that I'm doing. It's just was a lot of fussy cutting and a lot of adhering these down. I didn't place them down completely flat. I wanted them to stick up off the layout and have the dimension. So I made sure that that happened. There was one that I missed. I went ahead and added that back. Oh yeah, I grabbed the embellishment pack out and grabbed these pink fresh, the embellishments for the main kit. I grabbed these pink fresh studio pieces that have wood on them. I love the natural wood look. I went ahead and adhered my photo. And I try sticking these. My daughter's standing here, and she, every time I stick one down, she's going, nope, nope, not that one, nope. And that's the one she liked. And then me, I'm trying to add more in on it. I don't know if you saw me move my finger around there just a second ago at the bottom, but she's telling me no. She doesn't like the way they look, that they need to come off. And so I went ahead and pulled the freckled fawn wood veneers out, the leaves, and I started tucking those in here and there. And I go ahead and pull some of these other pieces off, the Pink Fresh Studio pieces off, and tuck the wood veneers in instead. I really liked it. If you couldn't tell, I kept trying to stick it back in. My daughter was just stuck with no. She did not like it. And she thought she should have a say since it was a picture of her and her sister. So I went with those. I grabbed the sequin pack from this month. I love this, but on this layout, since I didn't have a lot of bright blues or the more copper colors, I went ahead and pulled out the lighter color sequins. And I made a little pile on my desk, and I'm just going to pick them up and sprinkle them around the layout, and where they fall, that's where I'll glue them down. No rhyme, no reason, and I figured, hey, I need some more, so I went ahead and picked out some more of the lighter colored ones and just sprinkled them as I was going. Moved some of them because there was a couple that dropped on top of the wood veneers. But so yeah, pretty much that was my real technical way of putting my sequence on my layout. I just went ahead and sprinkled them all over the place and just figured it worked better that way. I don't know about anybody else. I have this thing. I need to get one of the new ones. I get agitated here in a second. If you see, I kept having to use my other finger to get my sequin off of that. And so I ended up just using my finger because it just agitated me, and I kept having to use my hand anyway. So anyways, my rant, I apologize. I'm adhering the wood veneers now. They're all staying in their place. They're going to stay on the layout. And I do like the way it looks. I'm happy with it. But I had a little bit of an issue. Well, I guess I'll get to that in a minute. I wanted to put some gold splatters on here. So I went ahead and pulled out my Heidi Swap Color Shine in gold. And went ahead and spritzed my paper with that, or splattered my paper with that, and added a bunch of gold. And I had an issue because there wasn't a lot of that color on the other side of my layout, and I wanted to, I wanted some balance to it. And I had talked to a friend, and they agreed. And so I'm going to go ahead. I found a great match with my embroidery floss, and I went ahead and decided to go stitch on this side in different places so that there would be a little more evenness, a little more balance to the layout. So yeah, so I added some, I don't know what you call them. They look like little X's, but cross stitches, I guess, to this side of my layout. I didn't add any to the other side. And I'll only film a portion of me sewing as well, because there is some of it that I added after I quit filming. But at this point, that finishes my layout. The stitching does. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe so you get notified when I put up more. I have tons more to do with the Mercy Tiara October kit. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Come back and see what else I come up with. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.